Hello, welcome back to another 10th House brand video. My name is Gabrielle. Today we are going to be discussing Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 10, Episode 12, Roman Rumors. So the episode starts out where it ended last week with Teddy, Renna, and Kyle discussing everything Brandi Glanville had to say about Denise and what she said about the group, which was pretty much that she hates them all and that she and Denise had sex. So that's what's going on with Teddy, Renna, and Kyle. And while they're discussing this, Erica and Dorit are in the other vehicle cluelessly talking about shopping. So they have no idea what's going on. They're like none the wiser. So anyway, I feel like back to Teddy, Renna, and Kyle, I feel like they're the type of women that love mess. They absolutely love mess. And they especially love it if it doesn't involve them. So they like to watch somebody else go down and they'll completely jump on that person. But when it involves them, they're like, whoa, wait a minute, I can't handle it. Which reminds me of, if you remember back to when Denise had dinner, when Denise had that dinner at her house and Kyle ran out of the dinner crying for nothing. But when every time Denise left, because I mean Denise has left a couple of times, it's a huge deal, and Kyle's brought it up. So it's just kind of like that, unfair thing that they have going on. But anyway, I noticed also during their conversation, they jumped to Renna's confessional where she calls Brandi's believability into question because of her own dealings with Brandi Glanville. But to Teddy and Kyle, she's like, oh yeah, she's totally a straight shooter. I believe everything she has to say. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I can't with the three of them. Mostly Renna, well, not Renna, I'm sorry. Mostly Teddy and Kyle, I really can't. But when Renna gets with them, I notice she's kind of down for whatever they're down for, which is really annoying because I'm sure these women are in their 40s and 50s. I don't understand it. But anyway, by the way, I'm so consumed with the whole Brandi Glanville situation, I completely forget the fact that they're in Rome. So they are actually in two separate vehicles. It's Lisa, Renna, Teddy, and Kyle in one vehicle, and Dorit and Erica in another vehicle, and they're traveling to their destination in Rome. I completely forget about that because they jump right into the Brandi Glanville situation. But anyway, so fast forward to them get into their hotel. And they, shower, get relaxed, whatever, get ready for drinks and dinner that night. And they show Dorit getting glam and preparing a whole look just for dinner and drinks with the girls. Nothing too fancy the night that they arrive. And she prepares a whole look. And I absolutely love Dorit. I feel like she always gets it right. She always gets it right. Her and Erica, I feel like they are what the other ladies try to be, style-wise. Specifically Kyle. I feel like Kyle really tries with her looks. And by the way, I mean, her whole outfit probably, her one shirt, her one blouse probably costs what my whole outfit costs because she's rich. But, I mean, still. I feel like she tries to get it right look-wise, but Dorit actually gets it right, and Erica actually gets it right. And I feel like she might have a little bit of a thing for Dorit because of that. She might be a little bit jealous, or at least that's how it comes off. I don't know. But anyway, so they get to dinner. Dorit orders a drink in Italian, just to show off the fact that she's fluent in Italian, and it doesn't come off as braggadocious or showy. She's just, she's in Rome. Where else would you need to speak fluent Italian? This is the place, if ever. So she does that, and of course Kyle also has a problem with that because Kyle does probably not speak any other language. So that's another thing. Kyle just has such a thing for her. I can't stand it. But anyway, they're all at dinner. They decide to play a game. Where they go around and just kind of say, I guess, the most embarrassing thing that happened to you while you were young. And Kyle comes up with a story, or should I say, she tells a story about how her sister caught her having sex for the first time. And it got back to her mother, and her mother called a family meeting when the topic was her losing her virginity, which is completely mortifying. But I feel like it's such a Capricorn thing. Kyle's a Capricorn sun. Scorpio moon, and me, I'm a Capricorn sun, Capricorn moon, and I feel like whenever I'm doing something that I know I shouldn't be doing, I get caught. So I'm just I'm not even gonna attempt it. I always get caught. So I feel like that might that reminded me of that. But anyway, So they're at dinner, and Garcelle and Denise actually took a later flight to Rome. So they show up at the dinner. And by the way, Garcelle is like such a good time. I really enjoy her being on the show. Then she asked the group if she should invite her new boyfriend, which we know Garcelle was married to Michael, who was a white man, and he cheated on her. She's now dating a man named Michael, who's a black man. She calls him Chocolate Mike. So she asked the group if she should invite him to Thanksgiving because her ex-husband always comes to Thanksgiving. And I mean, I guess it's generous of her to consider her ex-husband's feelings. However, he wasn't considering your feelings when he cheated on you. So as polite as it is to consider how he may feel at the Thanksgiving dinner, I just feel like it's not really necessary. I don't know. But I mean, maybe that's just me. Who cares? I say invite him. But anyway, the next day, they're sightseeing around Rome, and Denise announces that her house is built on burial grounds, and that her daughters see and hear things like bodies under their beds. That, to the normal person, would be like enough for them not to look at the house twice once you hear that information. Me personally, I'm not going anywhere near that house. But Denise, remember, is a Scorpio moon. So to her, like, they're kind of interested in the occult, and they're interested in forbidden things. So that probably kind of interests her, even though she would never admit it. But it does sound crazy. I mean, you have to admit, it sounds insane. Like, why would you purchase a house built on burial grounds? Anyway, moving on. They fast forward, Erica talking about her past life as a little boy in Spain. I love the fact that she's into the occult as well. She's an aquamoon, so it doesn't surprise me that she's open-minded and open to new ideas and new concepts and stuff like that. Like, I think she's just so cool. She's just like laid back. She doesn't take too much seriously, but she doesn't take any crap. Like, I love it. Then Sutton joins the group. Now, it sounds like she has some problems with her passport or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, she joins the group, and she's talking about how if she didn't get her passport, she would have had to book a private flight, and it would have cost her a dress or two. It wouldn't have killed her, but it would not have killed her, but it would have hurt. It's just her flaunting her wealth again. I don't know. Which, I mean, she flaunts her wealth, but yet when Garcelle asks her about it, she has an issue with it. I don't understand that. But, hey, whatever. I'll stay in my tax bracket. So, anyway, after that, they visit the Trevi Fountain where Dorit has a photo shoot. She goes up to Kyle. She's like, hey, can you take a couple pictures of me? She has this whole look prepared, this motorcycle look. Dorit always has a look prepared, so that doesn't surprise me. But in cue Kyle's confessional where she's again talking about her, I don't get it. Like, what is the problem? I don't know. Kyle definitely has a thing for Dorit. Anyway, fast forward. They all meet to dinner. Again, Dorit and Erica bring it. They have looks. They have trains. They are just ready. They're prepared. So Sutton comes to dinner, the one who's always bragging about her money and her dresses and her fashions. And she comes in something that I feel like my grandmother wouldn't even wear, which just because you spend money on it doesn't mean that it looks good. And I feel like she needs to hire a stylist or fire the one that she has and hire another one. Not to be mean, but I'm telling you the truth, honestly. So while they're at dinner, Teddy finally confronts Denise about what she knows about what Brandy told her. Basically, what Brandy said was she called Teddy pathetic, and she said that she hates her, and she said that she rides her father's coattails, which she does, because let's be honest, if Teddy's father were not John Mellencamp, would Teddy be on the show? Because Teddy brings nothing to the show. Nothing to the show. Like, if they're gonna have Teddy on there, they might as well put me on there. And I'm not trying to be rude, or I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm just honestly stating my opinion. She brings nothing to the show. This little bit of drama that Brandy Glanville served up for her on the plate is the most I've seen out of her on her. How many seasons has she been on there? Like 3? That's the most I've seen out of her. But anyway, Denise completely denies everything that Teddy says. She's like, I've never had sex with Brandy Glanville. I've never cheated on my husband. I never talked about anybody in the group. Like, I never said any of it. It's all a lie. Like, just denying it completely, which is obviously unbelievable. But I can't stand Teddy so much that I don't care what Denise denies. Like, I'm on her side. So I don't care. I completely don't care that I know Denise is lying. And it's actually painful to watch her lie because she's squirming. And she's like, Teddy's like, oh, well, Brandy Glanville said you called me pathetic. She said you called Erica a cold bitch. And Denise is like, what? No. And it's like, okay, everybody knows you're lying, but I don't. Fine, I'm still team Denise. I can't stand Teddy. Can't stand her. So while all of this is going down, I have to say it. Like, I considered if I should say this or not. Lisa Rinna's wig is like a little bit off. I don't know who her glam is. Like, her makeup is fine, but that wig is giving a little bit of raccoon. I had to say it. But anyway, like I said, it's painful to watch Denise deny and squirm and just like shift in her chair about what Teddy is accusing her of. And Teddy's not backing down. Like, it's obvious her and Brandy had sex. It's obvious she said what she said about the girls. But again, I don't care. I'm team Denise. But Garcelle brings up a good point. It's none of the group's business. I mean, if Brandy and Denise did have sex, they're two consenting adults. Yes, it may have been cheating on her husband, but that concerns her husband, and Brandy. It doesn't concern the group. So why are they sitting there having a conversation, accusing her? Like, it's none of their business, and they're supposed to be friends, but they're bringing this up on camera, but whatever. Moving forward, I love how Denise says bravo, bravo, bravo whenever she doesn't want something to air, and they air the entire thing. Like, they don't cut any of it out. They air everything, including her saying bravo, 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 which is so shady. I don't know. It's embarrassing. So Sutton brings up another good point. Teddy doesn't care about what was said about Denise, about Brandy accusing her of having sex and cheating on her husband. She just cares about what was said about her, which in the grand scheme of things means nothing. Like, if somebody calls you pathetic, if somebody says you ride your father's coattails, somebody says they don't like you, who cares? You are like, what? You have to be at least in your late 30s by this point, mid to late 30s, if not older. Like, why do you care? I don't know. So I thought that was a really good point. Teddy immediately snaps back at Sutton. And then they shoot to Sutton's confessional, where she's pretty much saying, like, I already heard this news about Denise and Brandy months ago. But as an adult and as somebody who minds their business, I didn't bring it up, because why would I do that? It is none of my business. And that's an excellent point. Again, going back to what Garcelle said, it's nobody's business. So I don't understand why this is coming up. So, after that, Dorit kind of tries to come to Teddy's defense, because after all, she is pregnant. Then, because it's Dorit that's doing it, Kyle breaks her silence, which, mind you, as a reminder, Kyle was there when Brandy Glanville said all of this, but she's been pretty much silent the entire time. So when Dorit decides to speak up and say, well, Teddy's expressing herself, and I'm sure she's kind of anxious about what she had to reveal at dinner, Kyle pipes up and says, well, what about Denise? Mind you, they've been talking about Denise this entire time. It's just like, it just proves the fact that Kyle kind of has a thing for Dorit, and it comes off like she's jealous of her, which is like pitiful, because at Kyle's age, come on. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you want to look like Dorit, if you want to act like Dorit, you have enough money to hire a stylist to pull the same looks for you. I mean, it's not like Dorit does this all on her own. She hires people who help her look like this. Like, you don't have to get on TV and kind of embarrass yourself. But anyway, Dorit delivers a dagger back. She tells Kyle, I care about Denise more than you do, actually. Kyle really needs to cut that out, by the way. It's very annoying to watch her have a thing for another grown woman. So the dinner and the episode kind of wrap with Denise threatening to leave the show if they air that footage, because again, she did say bravo, 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 which she was told means you say that when you don't want something to air, when you don't want footage to air, and they cut it out because they don't want you to break that kind of, what is it, the fourth wall, I guess, third wall, I don't know, whichever wall it is, they don't want you to break it, but they aired everything. which is, oh gosh, which is completely embarrassing. In the preview for next week's episode, Denise announces that Brandy has actually alleged that she's had sex with someone else in the group. I'm very interested to see if that's true. I would love to see if that's true. So I guess we will find out next week. So that wraps my review of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 10, Episode 12, Roman Rumors. If you like this review, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will be back with another review pretty soon.